I love me some roly ball games. There's just something so rapturous, so enticing about their surreal atmosphere, bold physicality, and almost universal self-confidence. They're a relative niche with no defined genre, but there are nonetheless thousands of them, and today we'll be discussing another 3. In particular, we'll be covering LoFi Ball, Collab Ball, and Crazy Ball Adventures. Let's get started. LoFi Ball is a rollerball game which is certainly lo-fi. It takes place in a blue and pink ethereal realm with a low polygon count and minimalist music and sound effects. It controls well enough, the hazards are functional, but as you can probably tell, everything is very rudimentary. The level design never grows too inspiring or varied, and they pull out the same moves quite a lot. You can expect to see the same hazards in the same configurations again and again and again. On top of that, there are some severe programming issues, like if you spam the jump button, you get an additional jump that you're not meant to have. This means you get a double jump, or if you have the double jump power up, you get a triple jump. This is not some sort of nuanced game mechanic, it's just a byproduct of the poor physics. You also sometimes start the levels facing the wrong direction, and bumpers just teleport you away instead of properly bouncing your ball around. Since so many rollerball games are about physicality, this lack of physicality is deeply disappointing. And it's not a bad game, I guess. It's all just barely passable, but it's unremarkable and almost entirely forgettable. Games like Collab Ball are the reason I do this series to begin with. Granted, it's not great at first impressions with some eccentric controls which are fairly slippery, but you find quickly enough that that just means it's easy to gain and maintain momentum. And after you get a wrangle on the controls, you find out that, hey, this is mostly meant to be a physics platformer in the first place, less of a general rolling and puzzling game, so the unique controls make sense in that context. Each stage is fairly short and contains 2 to 3 memorable hazards, all very short and sweet with the exception of some gauntlet levels which are meant explicitly to test your endurance, though those are very few and far between. There is a multiplayer aspect as well, as you might figure by the title, and it adds a unique flair which gives the game life through competition. You're not really collaborating per se, but you are competing to see who can finish the level first, and hey, you're kind of helping each other out in the sense that 2 people are more likely to finish the level than 1. The minimalist hexagonal, that's the word, the minimalist hexagonal style adds a lot to appreciate visually, and the balls even glow to the music's beat, which is exceptional. It's all around an excellent game which doesn't hold back. It's genuinely challenging, exploring its limited movement mechanics and hazards dutifully. I highly recommend it if you're interested in rollerball games. Crazy Ball Adventures, in disappointing, stark contrast to its name, is the opposite of crazy. This game is dull beyond belief. The hazards, the level designs, the environments are the most bland thing you could imagine, and they're repeated again and again, with no meaningful permutations. The most positive thing anyone even has to say about this game is that it wastes time, and it does that. I kept playing this one desperately to find something interesting or engaging on an emotional, intellectual, or creative level, but there's nothing here. There are some skips you could enact, but it's completely pointless because the ranking system is so brain dead. It's so easy to get the highest score. I'm not sure how you could score worse unless you were deliberately trying. There's just no incentive to do better, and the physicality just isn't there at all, even if it is more present than in LoFi Ball. This game is not crazy, it's not an adventure. The only thing it did do is drive me mad with how uninspired and empty it all feels. It just seems excessively cynical. Hey, you made it, we're at the end of the video. This round was pretty all over the place, really. We ran all over the spectrum. There was a complete middle-of-the-road pretty nothing ball game in LoFi Ball. There was a genuinely creative, exceptionally clever, and atmospheric game in Collab Ball, which even had a unique co-op competitive focus mixture blob thing. And then there was just the worst. I just can't stand Crazy Ball Adventure. Like, there are definitely less polished ball games than Crazy Ball Adventure, but I cannot stand art, which is just exists to waste time and be dull and placate you. It drives me mad. But I am very grateful I got to experience Collab Ball, and I'm grateful that there continues to be such a wealth of unique, diverse experiences in this genre. With that out of the way, it's time to thank my lovely patrons. Just as a reminder, if you subscribe to my Patreon or join my YouTube membership, you will get access to my videos early. And in addition, I will take media requests. I will make coverage based on the media you request. All right, now let's thank my lovely supporters, those being iPompous, Anonymous, Jay, Marth Sinclair, The Roses, Sam Anderson, Some Call Me Anto, Waposa, Mint Horse, Mike Hansen, Kay Storkson, Zuzu, Igor Oliveira, Hawthorne Bunny, and Folly Boyo. Thank you all so much for your time and thoughts, and I'll talk to you in the next video.